Hi. 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Great. I was just making some notes. Thank you very much. My name is Fernanda Maria Barreto, and I am, I guess, the first deputy district attorney in this group to speak. I have been a deputy district attorney for almost the last 16 years. I'm also a law school professor. I've been teaching at night for the past 11 years. And before all of that, I was a civil attorney. That's me in a nutshell. 5 minutes is a lot. I think this is the first time I've had 5 minutes. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I got there. I'm a native Angelino. I'm a first generation Latina. I'm actually the only Latina running in all the judicial candidates. So there's about 25 judicial candidates, and I'm the only Latina. I was recruited to run because of the low number of Latinas. But let me go back to my background. Both my parents are immigrants. My father is from Mexico, my mother is from Brazil, and I'm the first person in my family to be born here because my older sister was born in Brazil and brought here without much choice when she was 5 years old. So when we talk about knowing the community that we come from, I'm intimately knowledgeable of immigrant communities and the struggles they face when they come here, not knowing the language, not knowing the customs, and not knowing the laws. I went to school locally to me, a little bit farther away from Culver City, but Echo Park, and I grew up in the Echo Park area back in the 80s, so not the Echo Park we know today. I ended up going to Pomona College for school. Being a Latina, you don't move away from home, and that was a big fight with my parents. I was the first person to actually leave my home to go to college, but I afterwards came back. I was working after I graduated from college. I thought that having grown up here in Los Angeles, I would go into the entertainment industry. That's what I had been working towards. But after a couple of years, I didn't like where my career was going, so I decided to go to law school at night. I couldn't afford to go to a full-time law school during the day, and so I went to Loyola Law School at night, and I worked several jobs during the day while I was going to school at night and putting myself through school. The very last year I was at Loyola, they had a program there where you would do a year-long program with the district attorney's office. For a semester, they would teach you how to do hearings, and the second part, you would actually go and do hearings at the DA's office. And I did it because I thought I was going to be an entertainment attorney, and I said, well, I'm never going to be in the classroom. Excuse me, I'm never going to be in the courtroom, so I might as well do it now. And after about 2 weeks of doing that and working with victims, it was a career that I fell in love with. And I fell in love with it because of my history, my family history of being victimized, having sexual abuse in my family. And for the last 16 years that I've been there, the majority of my cases have been rape cases, domestic violence cases, and child molestation cases. And I pride myself on helping victims become survivors. So that is my main goal, is to do that. So when we talk about having diversity on the bench, it is extremely important. There are, the Latino population in California is about 40%, and the Latinas on the bench are only about 2%. So it is extremely important to have that diversity. And not all prosecutors, not all Latinas think the same. We do not all have the same diversity. Excuse me, we do not all think the same, and we do not all have the same thoughts and values. It's very important that the bench reflects the community that we serve. And it's important that when people come in, they see people that look like them, speak the same language as them, hear them. I had an incident that happened in court just last week where I was trying to have a settlement conference with the judge, and the interpreter was there, and I could tell that something was getting lost in translation because I speak Spanish. And it's important to have that connection with the defendant, with victims. And so for that reason, I'm asking for your support and for your endorsement. So thank you very much.
Next up, we have Leslie Gutierrez. Leslie, are you still with us?